Right now, it is time for Blind Date with Bookmas. And in this video, I will need to read 2 Blind Date with Bookmas books to make up for the fact that I didn't do one in March. Let's choose the books, shall we? I think I just picked 2 papers, and they are numbered 3 and 8. So let me get those books, and that's what I'm going to be trying in this video. With number 3, shall we? See what this one is. I am so excited to get into this one. I drew this on a day where I was like really busy and I wasn't able to get into it. So excited. Christmas at Fireside Cabins by Jenny Hale. Jenny Hale is my favorite Christmas book author, and I've heard that this gives a little bit of Gilmore Girls vibes, so I'm excited to get into that. What is number 8? This vlog could not be going any better thus far. I love this book. I have read this before in case that wasn't obvious. The Afterlife of Holly Chase. I've heard a lot of people that don't like it, but I loved it when I read it. I think I read it 2 years ago. I'm so excited. It's such an easy, like, YA, fun, Christmas vibe read. Got my favorite author and my favorite book. Well, one of my favorite books. This could not have gone any better. Let's get to reading. What should I read first? I literally don't even... You know what? No, I've decided I want to jump into this one because I didn't get to, so I'm going to see what this one's all about. I am about actually I'm more than halfway through. For quite a while I wasn't really loving this, and to be honest I'm still not loving it. It's definitely not my favorite of her books, though it's still interesting. The problem that I have really is the female main character. She's just like on my nerves. She's going behind people's backs doing things. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like she just doesn't make very wise choices. I don't love that it's like she is pursuing the male love interest. And it's like he's interested in her, but she's the one doing all this. And it's not even like she's just trying to be like friendly or kind or whatever. Like she's like actively pursuing him. So that bothers me. But we've gotten to the point at about page 150 where there's a little bit of intrigue, a little mystery, if you will, and who the male love interest really is. Yeah, this main character, I cannot. She needs to mind her business and calm down. Okay, as much as I wanted to like it, and I just finished it, I did not DNF. As much as I wanted to like it, I think I'm gonna give it like 2 stars. I pretty much skimmed the last several chapters. The female main character really just needs to control herself. They are truly in love and truly meant to be together. She did not need to do the most and try to control everything because it was just overwhelming. Like if I was him, I would have been like, leave me alone. You are too much. Did like the epilogue. I thought it ended nicely, but overall this is not my favorite of her books, and I'm so sad because I do know some people that like this one. But like A Christmas to Remember and some of the other ones that I've read will always have a special place in my heart, and those are just the ones that are more for me. This one's not, but that's okay. Okay, so when I read a book from Blind Date with Bookmas, I then can add the book that's been on my Bookmas wishlist the longest and the book that is most, or I think is most related to the one that I just read. I guess I'll tell you that for most related, I'm gonna obviously pick another Jenny Hale book. I'm just not sure which one. I've got 4 still to read. I've got We'll Always Have Christmas. Let me show you. I've got We'll Always Have Christmas, Christmas at Silver Falls, A Lighthouse Christmas, and Coming Home for Christmas. So now I just gotta find out which one is most similar to this one. Ooh, A Bakery Needs to Be Saved, and We'll Always Have Christmas. That's pretty similar. Or an inn that might be closing. That's even closer. So Christmas at Silver Falls might be an option. Of the 2 that I shared with you guys, of the 4 that I looked at, Christmas at Silver Falls seems to be the closest. So I think that's going to be one of the ones that I add, and then I will keep the other one that I choose a surprise. Okay, I've got the books in my cart, but I am going to wait until I finish this reread to purchase all the books together, just so that with shipping and everything, it's not like a mess. Those 2 are ready to be ordered, and I'm gonna get into this reread. I forgot how much I loved this. At first I was kind of struggling because I was remembering how kind of slow it is at first, and then also I couldn't really remember a lot of the details, but now as I'm getting through it, which after the next reading session I will be halfway through, and I'm remembering things. Oh my gosh, that's right. And remembering the ending and how fantastic it is. But then there are also details that I cannot remember for the life of me. And so it's kind of like I'm reading it for the first time all over again. But I kind of love that because I really do enjoy this book. Okay, now I remember why I gave it 5 stars. It is so deep and meaningful. When I say that it's a slow read, I don't mean slow as in boring at all. It just takes time to get through because some of it is a little bit heavy. It's a lot of emotions to process, a lot to think about, and we all have things in our lives that we wish we could go back and do differently. And I think that this book encapsulates that perfectly in such an amazing way. I know that there are some people who don't like this book, but I really think that this is one that even if you don't think you're liking it, read it till the end, and I think that you would have a different perspective. I could be wrong, but this is one of my favorite books because of the way that it makes you think. Overall, I just love this book, and I think even though I was thinking about giving it 4 stars, I think it is a 5-star read for sure. I think that this is just one that will always be one of my favorites no matter what. It's not even, heartwarming is not even the word. It's just so moving and so imaginative and creative and different yet meaningful. It's just all of the things to me. So love it. Okay, let's choose the books. I have to find one that's most similar, which I know exactly what I'm going to pick, and I'm going to keep that one a surprise from you guys. But let me show you the book that has now been on my wish list the longest, because that's the other one I'm getting. But while we're waiting for that to load, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I mean, the Jenny Hale book was a little disappointing, but I love the other book that I got to reread. So let's give it a thumbs up. Okay, here it is. Basically, after the unexpected death of her husband, this woman had no idea how she would keep herself together, but 12 days before Christmas, presents begin appearing on her doorstep with notes from their true friends. So this is one of those books that I'm uncertain if I'm gonna like it, but the description sounds really interesting and I really want to try it. So I am gonna go ahead and get this one for my Bookmas TBR in December, so you guys will see this again months from now whenever I get to read it for Bookmas. I love this author's work, but this was not my favorite book. 2 stars, unfortunate. But reaffirmed my love for this book, The Afterlife of Holly Chase. Obsessed. I mean, obsessed is maybe an overstatement, but I just think that this book is so wonderful, and it's everything that I talked about earlier, so I'm not going to restate it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you all next time.